Didn't matter what the situation was. And so whether it was community engagement, whether it was working hard at Grady, he was what you would want in a deputy.
Members of law enforcement are in mourning after one of their own was killed.
Well, the 24-year-old Fulton County Sheriff's deputy was found shot to death in Atlanta today, and police are now asking for your help in finding the shooter. So this is what we know. It all unfolded around 4:30 this morning at the intersection of Bolton and Peyton Roads. That's in Atlanta's Riverside neighborhood. This is right near the southwest corner of Chattahoochee Park.
Yeah, Paula Suro is live there now. And Paula, the sheriff, speaking tonight on the impact this deputy had on the community, even though he had been with the agency for less than a year.
Absolutely. You know, Faith, Sheriff Pat Labat says that it is simply a sad day for his office. He says he is now dedicated to finding the person who did this to the 24-year-old deputy who he says was such a bright spirit.
He was the life of the party. Right? He just a very, very good spirit, and it didn't matter what the situation was.
Fulton County Sheriff Pat Labat describing what happened today as a heinous crime. The man found shot to death on Bolton Road after 4:30 a.m. was one of his deputies who had been working for the office's Grady Detention Unit for less than 1 year. Labat says the deputy worked last night but is not sure of where he went after work.
We personally recruited him from another police department down south, specifically because of the energy and his love for what he brought to our agency.
Atlanta Police Major Peter Malecki says the deputy was found shot inside his car and he'd been in a crash. They're still trying to figure out if the shooting took place before or after the crash.
We did have a second individual come forward and say that they were involved in an accident with that vehicle. They've been cooperative. At this point, we do not believe that they are directly involved in the shooting.
APD says they don't know if the suspect was on foot or in another car when shots were fired. James Davis lives nearby and says he heard about 5 gunshots.
I heard the helicopters hovering. They've been hovering at that time for about 30 minutes. So of course, I was thinking that it may have been because of the traffic. And a short while later, I heard some gunshots.
APD is now asking anyone who may have seen the victim's Ford Fusion with Mississippi plates near the southwest corner of Chattahoochee Park early this morning to reach out to police. He says the driver who collided with the deputy has been cooperating with police.
The van observed the victim's vehicle kind of driving erratically in the middle of the road on Bolton Road. When they went to pass that vehicle is when they believed they heard gunfire, and those 2 vehicles did collide at that point.
Now, Crime Stoppers has increased the reward in this case to $10,000. So Atlanta police are asking if you happen to know any information, you reach out to them or anonymously on Crime Stoppers. Guys.
Paula, thank you so much for bringing that to us. And we've been following all of the developments with this story all day long. To stay connected, download the 11 Alive news app right now. It's as easy as scanning that QR code you see right there on your screen.